So why did we put this training together, or why are we? I mean, because for the first thing is that data analysis is like, apart from being a profession on its own, right, and business intelligence, right, it's also like a skill that even across different professions, right, is very imperative for all of us to be able to analyze data, or to use these analytical skills, right, regardless of what our roles are. So even as a project manager, even as a business analyst, even as a customer service person, being able to, or being proficient in these tools or these skills, right, gives you an advantage in the job market, gives you an advantage even in your current job, right, to be able to be outstanding, to be able to explore other opportunities that might be available there, I mean. And I cannot emphasize the importance of data. We already know that data is something that is not going anywhere, right? And the more companies continue to depend and leverage on data to make decisions, to create new products, to align their marketing, their product to customer needs, the more the needs for data analysts and business intelligence analysts to um, will continue to increase, right? So yeah, we've put this course together to help a lot of people who are trying to transition. Because, and again, let's look at where we are trying to transition. A lot of people, I hear a lot of people say, oh, I took a course on Udemy, or I've been watching YouTube, I've been doing this based on our terrain, right? A lot of people would ask, if I want to transition, what do you think is the what should be the guide, or what should I do? Should I just go keep watching YouTube? You can keep watching YouTube, right? And you can keep you can what's it called? You can learn on Udemy. You can learn on your own, right? It's just that what the advantages of joining boot camps like this is that there are some other added advantage it gives you that makes your transition very smooth, which we shall be getting to. There are lots of people that you are able to, you can analyze data, right? You can use the skills, but there are some things you are probably lacking, and that is very important for you to get a job. So that's why we put all these things together, starting from practical experiences, from working on projects, or from like providing you with reference, projects, and probably reference as well. These are things that are essential for you. So who can take this course, or who is this course designed for? I would say, to summarize it, this course is for everybody, right? From entry level person who hasn't actually worked before, because I have a lot of people too who have not worked before, and who are trying to decide, okay, what should I do? I probably studied education, or I studied human resources, or I studied even BSc sometimes does not prepare you for the job market, because the industry is different. BSc or MSc does not prepare you for the industry and practical experience that you need for the job itself, or um, to be able to like take on the job and take on industry itself. So like I said, starting from entry level professional looking to start a career in data analysis, or like looking to even start their career, is essential to be able to be proficient in these analytical tools. And anyone who wants to gain skills to enhance and stand out in their profession, even if you don't have plans to apply for data analysis roles, right? Being able to use Power BI, being able to use Excel, being able to use SQL would continue to be an added advantage to you wherever it is you want to explore that. And then professionals who are in their mid levels, which I think relates to a lot of us here, who either want to transition from a career path, to enhance, who wants to transition from another career path to data analysis. Some of us are already studying the MSc. It's just like some other fields as well. A lot of people graduate, from this from MScs in data analysis, but they still don't feel that confidence to be able to go out there, to apply for jobs. And that's what this bootcamp intends to give you. It tends to give you that practical experience, right, that you can leverage on to actually have a hands-on knowledge of the skills or the tasks, as well as have an experience, a practical experience to relate to as well. So this course is for everybody and anybody who is interested in actually improving themselves. So what are the tools that we're going to be exploring in this class or in these boot camps? To be honest, there are a couple, or there are loads of analytical skills, but looking at industry, we shaped this course to like prioritize what is mostly used in industry, such that, I mean, because I remember when I did my MSc too in financial technology some years back, there was a course that was data analytics within it, and the tools we used, to be honest, are not even industry tools. I think we used Orange. There was a tool we used that was Orange. That was the one we used for data cleaning, data mining, and all that. And at the end of the day, I found out that the Orange tool was not something that, I mean, that is used in the industry, right? So I mean, it didn't give me confidence to, like, I mean, I couldn't even put it on my CV because I've not seen any employer ask for this. But I'm sure that even if you just Google Power BI jobs on LinkedIn, you'll see lots of jobs that will come out, like jobs that need you to be able to use Power BI, jobs that need you to be able to use Excel, jobs that need you to be able to use SQL. I mean, combining these three together makes you like a full-blown data analyst, because Microsoft Excel, you know, is the is an analytical tool that the importance of Microsoft Excel cannot even be overemphasized, right? And then Power BI is, used for visualization. When you've analyzed that data, what's that automated tool that you can use to present it in a very appealing way to the stakeholders, and you can use to like automate dashboards and all that. Power BI is that tool. And then we have SQL, which is you can use to extract data from a database. It's more of a database management. So the facilitator would be going, I mean, that's the purpose of the taster session. You're going to be having a taste of these tools and what you'll be able to do with them by the end of this training. Also, we're going to be getting a brief introduction as well into SSIS and SSRS in the training, so which are also like in demand tools as well. So what's the competence you will gain? Just like I said, you'll be able to extract data with SQL. You'll be able to analyze data with SQL and Excel. You'll be able to visualize data with Excel and Power BI, because even within Excel as well, you can also build dashboards. You can also analyze data. So you'll be able to build dashboards at the end of this training. If you've never seen what a dashboard would look like, the facilitator would be, showing us a demo of what it looks like. Then you're also going to be able to apply business intelligence. And what's business intelligence? And that's the ability to be able to bring out insights from data, because I mean, having a raw data, in as much as it's an asset, if it's not well mined, if it's not well cleaned and processed, and if it's not turned to information that can be used for decision making, right, then that data is like useless, right? But business intelligence is being able to, like, provide insightful reports, being able to to be able to like guide management in making strategic decisions and all that. So you'll be getting from the start to finish of data analysis, as a skill and as a role as well from this training. So what are the potential career paths? And what's, so like I always like to look at, okay, what's the market prospects if I'm trying to transition into any field. First of all, I want to see how relevant it is across, across all the roles. I also want to see, I mean, what's the potential I have out there? What are the roles I can go for, and what are these roles paying? I mean, nobody wants to, I mean, invest in a master's or like, transition to a field that will be probably paying you less than what you already earn, or that does not have a potential for career progression, right? So this is just like the average, so core tech roles. You can actually apply for core after this training. You'll be able to apply for core tech roles like data analyst, data scientist, data engineer, business intelligence analyst. We can't mention all of it, and you can see what the average salaries are. I mean, this is just the starting points. There are lots of people that after this training you'll be able to even earn way more than this. And if you don't want to go into core tech, you can just add the skills you're learning to whatever it is that was your background or your base, and then and they're like, there's like an analyst version of every role out there, like accountants. But if you're able to use Power BI, SQL, and Excel as an accountant, then you can apply for finance analyst roles. You can apply for financial planning and analysis, FP&A roles. That's financial planning and analysis. You can apply for marketing analyst. If you're a digital marketer, you can apply for digital marketing analyst role. You can apply for customer insights analyst role. As in, to be honest, these tools, like, you don't even need to, like, is the data analytics as a tool, as a skill, right, is something that would not waste, regardless of whether or not you want to exploit as a full-blown career path, right? So, and you can see that all these career paths also have very good prospects in terms of the average salary. Then, so next to the training itself, so what are the training packages we have? I'm sure that most of you might have had, you might have probably seen or send or probably seen us promote with this, but I'm coming more from value angle now, because you just see those things I listed. Okay, you get virtual training, you get that, you'll be able to do this, be able to do that. But if you look at, this is to emphasize the discount or that the value you'll be getting, right, if you enroll on the training. If you look at what the cost of all this, or what the value of all this is for the standard package, right, it comes to about £900. However, our price is just £550 for the is £550, right, for the trade. That's the original price, is £550. So it's even already discounted. Like I say, a lot of people have asked me that, why is the training, why is it so cheap and all that. Like, a lot of people that know me personally, I'm like, I mean, to be honest, it's not about is more about creating the value, creating the value and providing solution, to the needs of people, rather than just, so that's for the standard. And if you look at the extensive package, which is like the best seller, a lot of people are actually in love with this particular package, and they've actually we have a lot of people that are already on board on this package. I mean, if you look at what you'll be getting, just like I said, in the industry as well, there are some things that we know, because it's not just about taking a training. You can take a training on an online platform, you can take a training anywhere, but when we call it boot camp, when we call it like something that's supposed to support you through your career transition, then it needs to come with some other things, and that's what, like, for instance, you get to work on a life project, right, to build your confidence, to be able to answer interview questions, when they ask you that, okay, how have you explored Excel, or how have you, when they ask you questions, you'll be able to answer, because you've actually had that experience, right? So you get access to our user-friendly LMS. All classes are going to be live. However, if you miss a class, or if you want to revisit a class, you get access to our e-learning platform, where all classes will be uploaded and where all resources are going to be available for you. So it's more like you're getting a two-in-one. You'll be getting an Udemy experience, and you also be getting a life experience. So you can still learn at your pace, even if you are not, what would I call it? Even if you are busy, you miss a class or two, you still have the opportunity to learn at your own pace, revisit at your own time. And our LMS, like I said, is user friendly. All our other trainees in our other courses, testify to the friendliness or the ease of using the LMS, right? And then you get a certificate of completion. I mean, a lot of people ask, would I get a certificate? In as much as even the UK job market is not really keen on certificate, nobody will tell you to present your certificates when you're applying for a job, right? But for the purpose of probably, for the purpose of to like evidence your participation in the training one. Also, we encourage people when they get our certificates, right, to put it on their LinkedIn, because part of what you you already know that we are very big on brands and rebranding and all that. And part of building your brand on LinkedIn and all these other platforms is your ability to like create posts as well that are engaging, that would draw the attention of recruiters. Just like when you do an Excel test on LinkedIn, right? And you share that post that you've completed the Excel test. You can also share your certificates that okay, this, you've just completed this data analytics course where you learned this. Tag our page, you would repost, we reshare for recruiters as well, to be able to see your progress. And to be honest, one thing I see that a lot of data analysts or people that are transitioning to data analysts do that I think works for them is sharing their progress. From time to time, when you build your first dashboard, share it on your LinkedIn. Share that, oh, you've just built your first dashboard. Create content out of this your journey as well. And build your network with recruiters. Let recruiters see that you actually have these skills. Engage recruiters and all that. So that's one of the things you'll be getting from this training. Also, you get UK job reference for the project. So because you'll be working on a project, right? We'll be providing you with data sets after the course of when you've learned the skills, or the tools, So would also be providing you with job reference for completion of this project. So and yeah, interview preparation. So we're also going to be having a session for interview preparation. This is going to be a joint session. We might bring in, it might be like a panel of three, maybe myself, the facilitator, and another expert, or it could be, what I know is that you're going to be getting an interview preparation that is value packed, and that is going to be, that is going to prepare you, for the job markets. The facilitator himself is an expert. Myself, I'm an analyst, so, and we could even bring in more people so that you can get different perspectives, for this session as well. And also, you're going to be getting your CV and LinkedIn optimized. I'm sure that we all know that we are like, not to boast or anything, but we are the best at what we do when it comes to optimizing people's brand, and that's one of the things you're going to be leveraging as well here. So we'll be working on your CV, because when you're transitioning to a new field, right? When you're transitioning to a new field, your previous experience and all that might be an hindrance to you entering the market for the new role. And that's because you might not know that you're supposed to like optimize it for the new role. Even, it's not just like, because okay, at the end of this we'll give you job reference, right? So when you put the our company name on the CV for the experience you got within the time of the project, right? How about your previous experience, that your 10 years experience that you have in Nigeria, that your 15 years experience? Are you going to throw it away, or would you be leaving it as it is? How would that affect the way a recruiter would perceive you when they pick up your CV? Would they be seeing you as an expert in the field, or would they be seeing you as someone who is just branching, or just giving it a try? So we're going to be working on your brand such that not only have you acquired the skills, we're going to be getting you job ready. And then professional web portfolio. A lot of people who are data analysts or who are into tech, there's the professional web portfolio is like a platform, like a website where you can display your dashboards, where you can display your projects. You would have your link to your LinkedIn on it, link to your CV and all that. So it's more like you also be getting a website out of this, which I think which I think is a fantastic one, to be honest. And yes, that's just to give you a brief explanation of what each of all these things on this list. And you can see, each of these things, if you look at the price, if you were going to be booking all these things separately, or if you were going to be, you can see what the price would come to. However, our price is £70-50, to be honest. And that's like the best you can even, that for all the things I've listed, all the value I've listed, I think that's the best price you can get in the market, So then a lot of people ask, this particular role, would I be able to get visa sponsorship? I know that visa sponsorship is something that is, that is dear to our hearts. That's like, because I mean, from the survey, the small survey or the small activity we did before we started, right? A lot of us are students, a lot of us are studying our MSc, and we're all like, what's next? What's next after this? What's next after this MSc? Is it, I mean, would I get a sponsored job? A lot of people are transitioning for so many reasons, right? One of which is visa sponsorship. So a lot of people want to know. And one key consideration when changing career path, if you are in this thing, is that, does that career path offer visa sponsorship? I'm sure that's the motivation of a lot of people moving from path to path. And one thing I can tell you is that data analysts as a role, data analysis and related roles, right, offers visa sponsorship. You can see the code, you can see the screenshots from the government's website. And not only am I just saying this, there are lots of people we've worked with that have actually gotten visa sponsorship in this field. So I mean, beyond just looking at what is on the list, because sometimes looking at a career path on the list does not actually guarantee that path would give you sponsorship, right? But I'm telling you that I know, I mean, I've worked with and I've shared testimonies of people who have gotten visa sponsorship, not just in any companies, even in like companies like Citibank, National Grid, Barclays and the likes, that sponsor their jobs. So if that is one of the considerations that you're having, in making up your mind, I'm happy to tell you that this role is eligible for visa sponsorship, and beyond the UK as well. Outside, generally, say what your own objective is in remote roles. I know some people who are outside and they just want a role that they can do remotely, from wherever they are, or probably they're in the UK as well, and either because of parenthood or because of a lot of other reasons. I mean, this is 2022, post COVID. Nobody wants a role, a job that they have to be going physically to the office every day, right? This is the field that has that potential. So whatever it is that your motivations are for changing your career path, or for deciding or choosing what your career path is, be it the flexibility of work mode in terms of being able to have hybrid situation or a fully remote situation, or whether it is for visa sponsorship, or whether it's for global relevance. Say, okay, today I'm in the UK, tomorrow I want to go to Canada. I don't want a role that is only relevant in the UK. I want a role that is in demand across the world. And that is what data, I mean, regardless of whether, even if you cannot, if you're in a country where they don't even speak, you don't speak the same language with them, so long as you can analyze data and bring insights out of the data, these your skills will still be relevant, as a data analyst. So having said that, and having explained to you what I mean, you can see what the value is. The standard package, the real value of the training is about 1,100 and something, while the other one is 900. Just because you attended this tester session today, we're going to be offering a 40% off the not the 1,000 now, off our RQI career price. So you'll be getting even further discounts if you make payments today. So the one that was the standard, that was £550. The first standard that was £550 is now £450, and then the extensive that was £750 is now 600k. So it's more like I'm dashing you half of the things that are coming on this package. I'm like giving it out for free, right? So like, I'm doing your CV and LinkedIn for free. I'm giving you a web portfolio for free. Like, it's more like you're actually getting, and this is like how they used to call it, is it AWOOF? So it's more like I'm getting an AWOOF discount, because if you look at the value of what I'm getting against what we are offering, against what you'll be paying, right? I think this is an AWOOF package. I don't think the next cohort of this trading will get this discount, but this discount is valid if you make payments today. Please, the payments link to make payments would be pasted on the chat box, so that you can go ahead. We receive payments in pounds as well as in naira, so whichever one you want to make payments in, please go ahead and do so to enjoy this discount. And then, what's the duration of the training? It's going to be an 8 weeks intense class. It's going to be 8 weeks class. And I've had a lot of people that the major what would I say, the major criteria for them is, oh, is it gonna be weekday? I'm working, and I'm working. I'm going. I'm always busy or something like that. I don't want to miss the classes. I really need these skills, but there are two things that solves that problem. First of all, it's not going to be a during the week thing because we are all working, right? In as much as we are also trying to add value, we are also I mean, as much as we are trying to add value through this training and all that, we are also making impacts as well in our other engagements as well. So it's not going to be a during the week thing. And if at all we're going to have any maybe one-off classes, maybe an interview prep on a Friday evening or something, it would be like a late evening thing and probably a Friday night thing. But the classes, we intend for the classes to be Saturday, Sundays, and evenings as well, or afternoon, depending on depending on what we conclude. But the so it's not going to clash with work. And if at all if at all you now still miss a class, because even beyond work there's some other reasons why we might miss a class. We've told you that we have an LMS, which is really user friendly, and right? And all the classes, so when you have a class maybe Saturday, Sunday, by Tuesday the next week, all the videos will be up on the LMS and you can watch it before the next class. So you won't be missing any class, and you would have access to this LMS even beyond the training. So for up to 6 months to 1 year after the training, you will still have access to the LMS. So you can go back, log in to view a class. Say for instance, we did an interview prep, we covered some things, or we covered some areas, or the facilitator explained some things during the classes, and you have an interview coming up and you can't remember, you can always go to the LMS login and watch those videos again. So you have access to the recording, and it's going to be a convenient time as well. So the proposed training start date, I know we've been saying the proposed training start date is January 5, right? But I think it's more likely going to be 14th of January, because that's like the second weekend in January. 5th of January is not a weekend, so it's a Thursday, I think. And 14th of January, I think, is a day, because a lot of people will be back from break. A lot of people would have entered the work mode spirit again, or the the festive spirit would have, so yeah, this training is going to start on the 14th of January 2023. And then yeah, the class dates, the class timetable, in terms of, okay, these are the course outline, this is what you will learn, this will be sent out to you to also be on your LMS, and the meeting will be created probably in the first week of January. So okay, so I think I've covered the basics about the training. If you have questions so far on anything I've covered, you can start dropping your questions. You can also start making your payments or commitments to your payments. Also, because the training is, you can start making payments. If you want to pay in installments as well, which I believe that if you want to pay in installments as well, you can send us a DM after this training, right, after this session, right? So let's talk about how to arrange installments. But for you to enjoy the discount, you need to make a commitment, pay fully today, or we can talk about installments arrangements after the session. So I would the next is for me to bring on the facilitator, which I'm sure that you guys are dying to meet the facilitator. Just to be sure that you guys are still with me, because I couldn't see my screen while it was going on. Can we drop a hello, hi? Can we drop something in the chat box? Can you all still hear me? Okay, clearly. Thank you, Karimat. Thank you, Tolulope. Fantastic. Okay, so yes, so I'll be bringing on the facilitator next, and his name is Ayomide Siwoku. Is a fantastic, is a fantastic, seasoned, and what other adjective who can borrow me adjectives? Is a fantastic, seasoned, and well experienced facilitator as well as professional. He's a UK-based data engineer, data analyst and business intelligence analyst. He has over 10 years of experience across industries as well as across countries. He's worked across Africa and is currently in the UK. Yes, so he's experienced across business intelligence, data analysis, dashboard development. As you can see, data warehousing. He's proficient in a lot of tools, but for this purpose of this training, we'll be tapping from the Excel, Power BI, and the ones we've mentioned earlier. Is an MBA holder. I mean, I would let him. I don't know, Ayo, if you are there, please. Over to you. Introduce yourself again, and let's get started.